Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another video from Sage Buyers. Of course, I'm your girl Daddy Sims, and I am your Sage Buyers Tech Support Committee. Today we're going to be doing another breakdown video, so make sure you guys subscribe to this channel and of course turn on your post notifications so that you can know when we drop a new video. We're going to get right into it. Do not touch your dial. Alright guys, so we're going to get right into it. September of 2019, iPhone launched a whole new series of iPhones, and I'm talking about the 11 series featuring the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max. Now, all these phones have so many differences, but before we get into that, let's talk about the similarities and the common ground that all three of these phones have. Starting with, of course, my personal favorite, the glass build. Now, all three of these phones feature a glass build that covers the back as well as the front of the phone. However, what makes these phones different is, now this is the iPhone 11, and as you can see, the very first difference I'm going to talk about is the cameras. Now the iPhone 11 happens to have a dual camera, whereas the iPhone 11 Pro series has a triple camera that I like to call the triple threat, or maybe the threesome, but let's just keep it triple threat because this is a PG show, okay? This is your favorite family-friendly show about tech stuff, okay? But now the reason as to why I brought up the cameras and the differences is because if you look at the build of this phone, the iPhone 11 features a small, we're gonna call it a camera bump. A small camera bump that is matte, whereas its backside, its bunda, is very glossy, which is the complete opposite for the Pro series. Because if you're to distinguish the two, then you can see that with the Pro series cameras, it's actually got a glossy camera bump, whereas the exterior is completely matte, which is actually quite efficient when it comes to fingerprint resistance, as you can see. You can actually see the difference between these three phones when it comes to the exterior, pretty much. Now, the iPhone 11 exterior is aluminum, whereas the Pro series is a stainless steel exterior. That means this is more glassy, and also stainless steel happens to be more stronger in terms of, you know, when you hit your phone around or it happens to fall. When it comes to like the cracks that get on the phone, I don't exactly know how to explain this. You guys know what I'm saying, okay? This one is more efficient as opposed to the aluminum. However, do not worry because your iPhone 11 still has some amazing features that we're going to be talking about. So don't feel bad about, you know, having the budget for an iPhone 11 while not having a budget for the 11 Pros. Size-wise, when you actually hold both the phones, you can actually feel a bit of a difference in weight. Now, the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro they weigh roughly around 7 ounces compared to the Pro Max, which is 8 ounces and is much heavier, but that's probably because of some of the features it has, such as the bigger battery, which is something that we're going to be talking about because the iPhone 11 Pro series, well, actually all the iPhones over here have a really big battery compared to, you know, the 10 series, and that's something that iPhone completely changed. You know, iPhone phones usually tend to be slimmer and have, you know, a very light battery, but this time iPhone chose efficiency over good looks and made the phone a little bit thicker to be able to atone for a bigger battery, and that's in the entire 11 series. So that means that the iPhone 11 personally lasts for about up to 4 hours more than the X series. And the X series, if you guys remember, last time we said that it lasts between 16 to 18 hours, and this lasts for 4 hours more, which is roughly around, let's do mental math. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1 is 3. Math. That is roughly around 20 hours. This lasts for about 20 hours. Whereas the iPhone 11 Pro Max lasts for about 5 hours longer than the iPhone XS Max, which is 25 hours, give or take. So in terms of similarities between these three phones, you guys would happen to notice, if you happen to get, you know, one of these from certain specific countries, I'm not going to mention the names, you would notice that the iPhone branding has been removed from the bottom, which Originally, that is where it was placed, and instead it's been replaced with the logo that has been centered to still rep for Apple. This is a feature that I find quite interesting, and I personally like it better because I don't know, it just looks more authentic. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, you guys can leave us a comment and tell us if you think this feature is your favorite or you still prefer the Apple branding at the bottom. Yeah. Alright, you beautiful creatures, let's talk about water resistance, which is my personal favorite thing because, you know, this is UG. You want to go under the water and, you know, take a selfie and be like, yeah, guys, I'm a fish. I swim in the lake. Well, guys, this phone is your go-to because the iPhone 11 has been improved in terms of water resistance. It can go about 2 meters underwater for about 30 minutes, but if you're looking into the Pro series, which is much more efficient, it goes around 4 meters. It goes to up to about 4 meters of underwater depth for roughly around 30 minutes, which means you guys can actually shoot an entire music video down there. But of course, like I said in the previous video, this being a glass coated phone, you have to be extremely careful because any slight crack or damage on the exterior of the phone, that means either the back or the front, can cause water to enter your phone, creating a water damage that might not be repairable. But of course, at Sage Buyers, we try to fix everything. So make sure you guys also consider us for your tech difficulties when you do damage your phone, which you will, especially you, Sir Peter, who has refused to get pop sockets. We also plug you guys with pop sockets. Right now, I'm just doing a promotion for everything, but let's just get right back into the phones. So just a quick wind down of what we've spoken about already. We've spoken about water resistance. We've spoken about, you know, the weight of the phones. We've spoken about the similarities and some of the differences. However, we haven't spoken about my personal favorite thing, which is the one thing I, as a dummy, usually go for when I'm buying a phone, and that is the phone color. Now, the iPhone 11 comes in 6 different colors. It comes in yellow, red, cyan, white, black, and purple. It comes in a purple, which is more like a violet shade, but you know, colors anyways. When it comes to the 11 Pro, it comes in 4 colors. That is the white, silver, space gray, and a new additional color that they've added called midnight green, which really just looks sexy. It's like having a phone as a forest or forest as a phone. Given that we have been talking about battery life, you guys do remember I did say that the iPhone Pro series comes with a bigger, thicker battery. Yes, it's a thick, juicy battery. It's thick. But that also means that having a thick battery does come with its own perks, such as having a charger called a fast charger, which is actually much faster and efficient. Now, this charger comes with its own USB-C adapter and a USB-C Type 2 cable connected to a lightning cable. Now, this will charge your phone much faster than a normal charger. However, the good thing about this is it doesn't restrict you from using a normal charger to charge your phone. It's just that it will take a bit longer. Similarly, you can use this charger to charge any other iPhone model, you know, talking right from the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, and also the 10 and the 12. But it will charge it much faster than a normal charger would. So I would highly recommend you cope yourself one of these, even if you don't have, you know, the 11 series. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is one thing iPhone users love more than the phone itself, it is the camera. So we're going to talk cameras now. If you guys already know, which I've already mentioned like 3 times in this video, the iPhone 11 comes with a dual back camera, whereas the iPhone Pro series, 11 Pro series comes with a triple back camera. Now, the reason as to why this is so is very simple, very understanding, you know? The iPhone 11 Pro series has a back camera known as a telephoto lens. It's got a lens called a telephoto lens. Now, what this does is it helps with zooming in to, like, you know, like when you zoom in, like extremely zoom in, but it still looks good. That's basically what it does. Whereas the iPhone 11 zoom in is kind of restricted and it can only reach a certain level before it starts becoming pixelated or unclear. Display wise, all 3 phones have an amazing display, but of course, as you guys can already foresee into the future, the iPhone 11 Pro Max will definitely have the best display, and that's because it happens to have something really fancy that we are going to call an OLED. That's because that's technically what it is called. It has an OLED display, whereas the iPhone 11 has an LCD display. Now, what does this mean? This means in terms of brightness, 11 Pro Max has a brighter and also a more, is it easier touch? Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most recent additional features that iPhone has added to the iPhone 11 series is this brand new software called Dark Night, also known as Night Mode. Okay, well, officially known as Night Mode. I just call it Dark Night because I am Batman. But guys, this feature basically helps out when you happen to take a photo in a low light setting and this photo comes out, you know, iffy, and then you have to go through like so many different editing apps in order to increase brightness of the photo. You don't need to suffer anymore, okay? Because there is a sensor on one of these lenses that manages to pick up light and know when the lighting is low so that it can therefore increase the lighting, which means if you take a photo in whatever kind of lighting that's just terrible, the phone will automatically increase brightness, so you end up with a photo that looks pretty much similar to that you would take in a fully lit room. My assistant behind the camera is going to be taking a photo of me so that you guys can see the difference between night mode and the opposite of night mode. Let's check it out. Well guys, unfortunately that's all the time that we have for this week's video on Sage Tech Support Committee, and I really wish that you guys would comment in the comment section below. Let me know what feature you guys know I have missed, because I've missed out on so many features. Let me know what feature I have missed out on that you guys would want a video about so that I can do it for you. Of course, leave a thumbs up if you like this video, which I know you did, and of course make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Check us out on our social medias on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Biona. And yeah, man, make sure you hit us up so that we can hit you up with our price details on these phones, because I will never drop the prices on this YouTube video. So message us and let us know which iPhone 11 series you are buying.